What's up, everybody, and welcome to Life of Rouse. Full host today, King Rouse. And today, Frankie, Dawson. And I know it's been a while since I've actually broadcasted. Got a new job and everything, so yeah, just trying to figure out a new schedule. Today I have an off day, and what a great day to have an off day. Game 1 of the NBA. To feel like the Warriors and Cavs haven't played in about 5 years with this long layoff, man. It's actually been about a week, but man, it's been a long layoff. But without further ado, let's jump into this episode of A Baseball Life, Frankie Dawson. Today, the Birmingham Barons taking on the Mobile Bay Bears, 17-22. Are we? 17-22 are the Birmingham Barons, and the Mobile Bay Bears 22-17. Looking at the standings, we're dead last in the Southern League North Division. Looking to get a win today. Frankie Dawson's been playing pretty well. Today he'll be hitting 6th in the lineup. Designated hitter as always. And Frankie, Frankie's actually pretty good, man. He's pretty good at hitting the ball. And lately he's been picking it up. But I think the biggest thing for Frankie Dawson as a character is his ability to steal bases. I didn't check the stats, but I remember the last time I looked at the stats, he had 16 stolen bases. And this game where I'm at right now in the season, we're retroactive to May 19th. So imagine that this dude has 16 stolen bases already in the season. I think maybe Ricky Henderson has had maybe off the head. Ricky Henderson maybe has had the better pace. I'm sure the other guys that have probably set a pace as good as Frankie's, but I think only Ricky Henderson can have a better pace than that as far as stealing bases. We're playing at Majestic Greens Stadium against the Mobile Bay Bears. I was just playing here earlier in my other road to the show, the formerly known series of Baseball Life with Chris Rouse, which I decided to take off the air. Like I said, man, because I got a new job, so I have to cut a few things off the air. I'm still doing my NBA 2K15 playoffs on my own Twitch at King Rouse 21. Me and Big Dope still doing the World Series, the road to the World Series. He actually, I think his job, he got a new job as well. Both of us got new jobs, so he's been a little busy as well. So he hasn't really been able to get his game in with the Cubs. I think he's still playing the Diamondbacks. Actually, he is still playing the Diamondbacks, and he had a tough loss in the last outing. I too lost my last game. I've lost 2 straight games to Minnesota. I lost the game that was the Paul Konerko ceremony on May 23rd. And are imitating life because the White Sox lost that game in real life. But here's Frankie Dawson at the plate, and he fouls that off. Frankie Dawson, once again, named after 2 of my favorite Chicago baseball players, Frank Thomas and Frankie Dawson, a member of the Birmingham Barons, which is the AA affiliate of the Chicago White Sox. I have my own character the Baseball Life Chris Rouse. I took him off the air. He got drafted to the Giants. I picked Frankie Dawson to play for the White Sox. Because I figured, hey, if he's named after 2 Chicago guys, why not put him on the Chicago team? Had him from the East region. Since Andre's from Miami, was born in Miami, and Frank Thomas is from Columbus, Georgia. So why not put him, similar to those 2 guys? Here's the 2-1. Frankie gets quite a hard hit on that one. Looks like it might be caught. Yeah, that's going to be caught. That's going to hang up there for the right fielder and make an easy out. And 4 pitch at bat, had a 2-1 count. It looks like I could probably got in front of that one. Roosevelt Trimble puts him away. Frankie back up again in the 3rd here. Birmingham up 3-1. Interesting, man. It's kind of fun playing with Frankie because he never fields. I have him set as a right fielder. But they only play him as designated hitter. And he hits that one right to the shortstop. And grounds out for the easy 6-3. 1 pitch, 1 out. Pretty much for the Mobile pitcher. Trying to get a World Series, I guess, for Frankie here.
try it again. 0 for 2
I do the. I remember I control the White Sox and me and Big Dope's road to the World Series. Trying to. It's been 10 years since we've had a World Series. I think they're walking me here because they won't even let me do my practice. Yeah, they put me on here. Won't even let me do my little warm up swing that I like to do to get my thumb loose. I know it sounds odd, but I like to get my thumb loose before I go to the plate. So I hit X I tap X just so the batter can get a little swing. I get a feel for it. I get a better feel. I also get a better feel for the batter's stride too when that happens. The base is loaded here for our shortstop Hunter Erickson. One away. See, hopefully. Oh man, that's a hard hit ball. Looks like it's gonna get down. It is. I'm scoring on that. I'm going first to third on that. First to score. And 3-run triple for Hunter Erickson. Yeah, I definitely was gonna go first to third, but I was making sure I was scoring on that one once it dropped into the alley. Frankie 6'7", man. He got those long. He's got those long legs, man. So his strides are huge. That's why he has 16 stolen bases, because when he gets the jump, he probably takes about 2 or 3 steps and he's already at the plate. He's already at the base. They're gonna go to they're gonna get a new pitcher, Charles McManus. Frankie, if I can get him back up with this guy in the game, I'll love it. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do here in the 6th inning.
Dawson.
0 for 2 with a walk and a run is Frankie Dawson.
Join the hit parade so far.
One of the few guys not to join the hit parade. So hopefully I can change that here with the big 6'7" hitter. Here's the pitch.
And look out,
won't end it here. Oh, come on, man. That slide wasn't necessary. He could have caught that clean. That's the funny thing about a lot of players in this game. Sometimes the computer players, a lot of the AI players, they'll do a lot of slides. They'll slide to make catches that they don't need to slide to make the play. And sometimes you'll hit a ground ball to second, and the second baseman will do a slide to scoop the ball and throw you out. I was like, man, you could have made that play easily just by running over to it. But who I mean, I guess you can't blame for trying to add a little something on to it, but sometimes it just doesn't feel necessary. You know, running fastball is in there for a strike to Frankie Dawson.
A lot of times he's going to be taken anyway.
On the outside corner, I'm gonna try to get maybe. I'm not gonna promise you anything, but I was gonna try to get quite a few games of this series done. Cause here, what is it today? Today is June. I'm lost track of the days, guys. Today is June 4th. I've definitely lost track of the dates, man. My sleeping pattern is trash. I woke up today at 1 o'clock because I was so happy to be off. I slept in today. Get up before. Oh man, hit a ground ball. And easy out. So we get a runner to second. Frankie now 0 for 4 in the ball game. I just got the email that I am online, or Life of Route Sports Gaming is online. Remember, continue checking out our road to the World Series. We do a lot of things. Big Dope, he's the Cubs, I'm the White Sox. We do MLB The Show 15 Saturday Showcase. And meanwhile, here Frankie Dawson and the Bay Bears go. They win 9-2. The Barons. We beat the Bay Bears. All Barons in this one, we win 9-2. Frankie Dawson, however, hit me 0 for 4. And Hunter Erickson, he's got to be the player of the game, man. He hit a 3-run triple. Funny because I was playing Road to the Show earlier with my Chris Rouse character, and he ended up getting he had an RBI, a 3-run triple, and ended up winning player of the game because of that. Pretty much, man. I'm gonna try to stop talking about the baseball life Chris Rouse character because obviously I took him off the air, so now he's kind of just my personal player. And I'm just gonna play as myself, and Frankie Dawson is more for the people, I guess. My sports gaming show, the recap, it's coming back. I promise it's coming back. I just don't know when. Man. I'm trying to get a gauge of like, okay, how much I can, how long does it take me to make videos, and what to make videos on, what's good to make videos on, because usually I like to play my own personal seasons offline, so I might do something like that. I might if I bring the recap back, it'll definitely be, I definitely plan on bringing it back next fall for the NBA 2K16 regular season, because I've been broadcasting the playoffs, so why not do it for that? Let me stop talking for a minute and up my stats real quick here. Man, that takes everything. That took everything. Alright, let's work on speed, I guess. You know what, I just leave it with 11 available and add some more in this next game. So now we're about to take on the Biloxi Shuckers. Don't worry, I'm gonna get back to that what I was talking about. Just let me get into this game with the Biloxi Shuckers. Brent Tatum and Reggie Duarte on the mound. This is a 5-game series. It's always a 5-game series in the Southern League. And then next we play the Jacksonville Suns after that. Then we play Biloxi again, only we host. And the active series is the Tennessee Smoky series. So what I think I'm gonna try to do, because the way my hours work, I work early in the morning and I come home, and I'm actually Saturday I got later hours. So what I might try to do, I might try to knock out. I try to get caught up to date, probably before this series against Chattanooga, or actually, you know what? Better yet, before this All-Star game series, I'm gonna try to get caught up to that point. So, and then maybe I just play this day to day. You know, just do it for fun. Play day to day, and maybe I'll try to get the recap in for Frankie Dawson instead of waiting until NBA 2K16 comes out, or better yet, wait until Madden. Like, I have a lot of plans. I might come back for Madden. I might come back for NBA 2K16. But yeah, anyway, let's just keep going with MLB The Show. And the Smokies are in last place now, so our win definitely took us past the Tennessee Smokies. 8.5 games back of the Montgomery Biscuits. If I remember correctly, when we played the Biscuits, swept Montgomery's. I remember I had a game in... Actually, you know what? No, we didn't sweep Montgomery. Because I remember I had a game where we had a runner on second, and I hit it off the wall. I hit one to the... to right field. That would have been a home run, and it hit off the wall, and the runner got thrown out at the plate. And then the exact next game, I hit the home run. I should have hit the game before. So yeah, so I know we didn't sweep Montgomery, now that I think about that. Going up against the Biloxi Shuckers. A lot of these minor league teams have some funny names, like the Montgomery Biscuits, the Biloxi Shuckers. It was one that stuck out to me. I just had it in my mind, so I was about to say it, and when I stopped to say Biloxi, I forgot what it was. Man, it'll come back to me. It was the the Akron Rubber Ducks, the Richmond Flying Squirrels, who I know because I played for them with my personal Road to the Show character. So yeah, that's another funny, a lot of funny team names for these minor league squads. Yeah, let's see. All right, Frankie hitting third today. You see 17, so 17 stolen bases. Like I said, man, I think only Ricky Henderson has set a better pace than that as far as stolen bases. However, I am playing minor league, so who knows what will happen if I get that call up. There's a ball in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes from Reggie Duarte to Big Frankie. 6'7", 185 pounds. Frankie Dawson. Let's see. Here's the 1-0. That's outside. Change up outside. And I look for, I know a lot of major league players, they're good fastball hitters. But personally, me as a gamer, I'm a better off-speed pitcher. I can't hit fastball. Like, if you put that fastball, see that 98, I'm not really good at fastball, hitting fastball. I try to wait out a lot of pitches to get him throw something off-speed, maybe even like a slider or something, because I hit sliders probably better than I hit fastball. Here's the 2-1. And that is, oh, he gave it to him? Wow. 2 balls and 2 strikes. I thought that was a little inside myself. But 2 balls and 2 strikes to Frankie Dawson. Let's see what he could do here. 0 for 4 in that last game. And 3-2 outside. And I can tell you right now, the worst thing that they can do is put me on base. Because if they put me on, I'm still in second. I always steal second. Well, let's not say always, but most of the times I'm definitely going on the first pitch with this guy. This dude he's 6'7", his strides are so long, and they put me on, they walk me, and a changeup outside will put Frankie on, good at bat, 6-pitch walk, and now, Andy Wilkins will be helped by the fact that Big Frankie's on first base, looking to steal second. Let's see if they try to pick me off here. Nope, they don't.
Pitch outside.
The throw. Oh, they gunned me down. Good throw. That was definitely a bang bang play. They gunned me down in second, so I'm out trying to steal. But that's the norm, man. If I get on base, I'm trying to steal. My speed is not all the way up. But the dude, like I said, man, being 6'7", his strides are so long that he usually steals the base in about two steps. Like if he gets a good enough jump, he takes about 2 or 3 steps, and he's at the base. He's already at second. And that's not even me trying to be funny and exaggerating. That's serious. That's serious. If I take a good lead off first, get a decent jump, I'm still in second most times. Cause like I said, man, the dude's strides are so long. But anyway, 1-0 count. Ooh. And if anything, man, if anything kills me when I'm hitting at the plate, it's hitting high fastballs. Cause one, I can't tell if it's gonna drop back down. I can't tell if it's a breaking ball, if it's gonna hook like that right there with a curveball. I can't tell if it's gonna hook and fall back into the zone. And sometimes when they throw it up, it looks like he's throwing it up so it can break back down. So I really struggle. Hitting high fastballs. Like, and that's not even just with Frankie. That's with anybody I play with. Like when I play with the teams, even when I play. Ground out to short. Even when I play with say I play with the Cubs, like I have somebody like Chris Bryant at the plate. I can't see a high fastball to save my life. I just struggle at reading those. And so we're trailing now 1-0. Man, we gave them 1 hit. They got 1 hit and they lead 1-0. I don't think we have an error neither. I think the scoreboard will show me. Okay, we can't see it right there. We do have an error, so it looks like they have a home run as they're only hitting this game.
Pitch on the way.
At least that's what I would think it was. But anyway,
first pitch fastball.
Duarte throws a 4-seamer outside.
And even though he's pitching well, this is a part of the order that
and the thing,
really
and I was talking about how I hit better with the off-speed. I hit the off-speed pitches a little bit better. That's because most times I'm looking for those anyway. I'm looking for those pitches where I have time to square it up and I have time to be like, okay, I see where it's going. Let me square it up. All right, I'm hacking. It's easier for me to see those types of pitches.
Take a look at a few and see what he's got.
Man, I'm so ready for game 1 of the finals tonight, man. Steph Curry and the Warriors, man. As much as I want the Warriors to win, you know, I'm from Chicago, so you know, I don't hate the Cavaliers. I actually, you know, I really don't hate teams. The only teams I hate probably are like the Green Bay Packers and the St. Louis Cardinals. But like, I don't like in NBA, the Bulls don't really have rivalries to me. Like, you know, back in the day, they used to have the Pistons, like before, like a few years before I was born. Yeah, like they had that Pistons rivalry like a few years before I was born. But like, once I was born, hold on, let's get to 2-2. Frankie gets a hold of one down the line. That's gonna hook over to the concert over there in right field. But but yeah, speaking. By the way, man, I said concert in right field. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I want you guys to think I'm trying to be funny over there, but like, the concert over there. We got him in a whole concert at a minor league baseball game. But yeah. But going back to what I was saying though, the Pistons, like when I was born with the Bulls and Pistons, we dominated Detroit. Like we was already dominating the Pistons. And I remember I was alive when we won in '91, but like, come on, let's be real, man. I was only about 6 months, 6-7 months old.
Here now the 2-2.
So, I didn't know what was going on if I go down on strikes. And then like after that, after we beat them in '91, Pistons never really were a threat to us anymore. You could say the Knicks, but once again, we dominated the Knicks. The Cavaliers are owning us now, but it's like, you got the best player in the world. We expect you to own us. So, you know, I mean, but don't. It's not like the Bulls are without great players. It's just, I think maybe getting Tom Thibodeau out of there. As much as I personally enjoyed having Tom Thibodeau as our coach, I think it was better. We needed to change the direction because Tom, like as much as I like him, he was too defensive minded of a coach. We need somebody that can get some offense, and we definitely got an offensive coach in Fred Hoiberg.
close.
And I'm hearing a lot of the talk how Iowa State, when he was the coach, was like in the 118th or something like that in defense. And I was like, okay, I understand that, but I think I still think he's a pretty good coach. I mean, a lot of people in Chicago, they're like, why are we getting Hoiberg? He's a college coach, but I think, oh, there we go. I think once you get past the fact he's a college coach, as Frankie Dawson with an RBI single ties the game to 1 in the right center field. But once we get past the fact that Fred Hoiberg is a college coach, I still think he's a pretty good coach, man. Iowa State, when I was about a teenager, before they had Iowa State, I don't think I ever seen Iowa State in the tournament. And this dude had them he had them a perennial Big 12 championship threat. Oh, I got caught leader. Ah! Well, at least I tied the game up before I got caught in the rundown. Man, I guess they read the playbook on me there because I definitely was about to try to steal second, but they throw me out at first. So 1-1, going to the 8th. Hopefully we can let's see what happens. Oh man, we lost. We lost 3-1. We lost 3-1 on that. Come on, man. Well, I got our only RBI of the ball game. Juan Quevedo gets the win. Richie William with the loss. Rex Bordy gets the save. So that's game 1 of our series against the Biloxi Shuckers. As they win 3-1. And I'm going to continue this broadcast with the second game of the series against Biloxi. Coming up in a second. I'm trying to keep the video under an hour because a lot of times when you just try to keep it under an hour. No reason. Just try to keep it under an hour. See what happens. How many of these games I can get in here before an hour is good. You go through an hour. Eric Surkamp on the mound today against Alfonso Guerrero. And you get a look at Frankie Dawson's last 10 games. 3 for 5 in that opening game against Moby on May 16th. And then really, that was really the only standout game. 2 for 4 against Chattanooga in one game. So yeah, but he got to work on his consistency a little bit. I haven't done batting practice in almost 2 months. Like literally 2 months, real time, like real lifetime. Because I mean, I just haven't had the time for it. You know? It's like that because I used to do it when I wasn't working. I'd be playing batting practice. Just to try to get the player better and waste the time or something. But now, man, I don't have the time for the batting practice. But here's Frankie Dawson. He got a runner on first to start this ball game. Here's the pitch. And that's low in the dirt. But let's go back. I'm gonna go back talking about the Bulls, man. Fred Hoiberg, the new coach of the Bulls. I like him for offense. And a lot of people saying, man, he got to keep that defense going for the Bulls. I feel like the defense. I feel like defense is within the player, man. You can have a coach. I think you need every player needs a coach. Hold on. Excuse me. But I think every player needs a coach that can instill into them how important defense is. I think the Bulls they've had that already with Tom Thibodeau. I think now they need somebody like Fred Hoiberg to spark the offensive side of the ball. The Bulls, like you saw Cleveland Cavaliers. If you saw the last game against the Cavs, man, we had that point where Cleveland couldn't score for the first 6 minutes of the third quarter, but we couldn't buy a basket ourselves. No timeouts from Tom Thibodeau, no breaks in the action, no defensive substitutions, no offensive substitutions to get to the high hand. It was like you can't just leave the team out there because they're doing good defensively. You're down 12 in the elimination game. You got to put points on the board. As Frankie bounces back to the pitcher, they won't get the runner at second. So we got a runner on second. We'll see if we can turn this into something here. And nope, we don't turn it into anything, but Frankie comes up here in the third, and it's 2-2 now. But I think Fred Hoiberg, he's a pretty good pickup for the Bulls. I think it's a good coach, getting more of an offensive guy in there. And plus, I heard a lot of guys on the team on the kids out of there, man. Bad minutes management, bad. And another thing Tom Thibodeau had that I didn't like, he had bad timeout management. Like, there'd be a lot of times the Bulls would have one timeout, be down maybe 2 points with 41 seconds left. And I'm like, play through it. You at some point you got to play through that. You have to let the players go through that because you want to say that timeout. The Bulls will score a basket, tie the game after the timeout, but then the other team will score with like 8 seconds left, and the Bulls don't have timeouts to call a play or get a strategy. So they kind of just got to shoot from the hip. Which, with that team, and this was what rolls out, so that can sometimes cost you games. Like bad timeout management, bad minutes management. But for the most part, and lack of offense, obviously, and then the fact that he didn't get along with John Paxson, that was going to cost Tibbs his job. Although, I still like Tibbs. I thought he was a pretty good coach for the Bulls. But you can't be 1 win away for 5 years, pretty much, because the Bulls have been 1 win away since the year they went to the conference finals and lost to Miami, which was 2011. Man, that's so long ago. Which was against Miami in 2011. So yeah, you can't be 1 win away for so many years. Something's got to change eventually. And honestly, man, the Bulls with this core, I think honestly with this core, they probably have maybe 2 years out of this core of trying to win a title. But it depends on what happens with Jimmy Butler. If they can get Jimmy Butler back for 1 year, I think that's good. That would be good. I said they have 2 years, but in all reality, I think they have 2 years, but in reality, this is their last chance. Chicago, the Bulls championship window is closing this year. It's pretty much going to close if they don't do anything this year. For the Orlando Magic, another team though that I want to talk about is the Orlando Magic, man. They got former Bulls coach Scott Skiles. I thought maybe if they could have got Tibbs, that would have been a good pickup. But Scott Skiles he's a good coach as well. He picked the Bulls up during the Baby Bulls era, got us to the playoffs quite a few times. And if I'm not mistaken, he was the coach when I'm trying to think, was that Vinny Del Negro? Yeah, you know what, that was. Never mind. I was about to say he got us to that series against Boston, but no. Scott Skiles was our coach when we first got back to the playoffs, when we played the Wizards and the Heat the first 2 years, the first few years in the mid 2000s. But I think he could do something with Orlando. They got pretty good talent in Orlando. I like Sasha Vujacic. He's a pretty good player. So is Victor Oladipo. My dad is really high on Oladipo. Honestly, I think he's kind of average. Like for where he is right now, he's kind of average. He's not really above the curve or below the curve. He's just kind of average for being for where he is. What is he going into his 3rd year in the league? But I think he's a pretty good player. I think Tobias Harris is another guy. If he can become like a real slasher, I think he'd be. I'm not saying he's LeBron, but he could be a LeBron-esque type player, somebody that can get them buckets, constantly slash it to the rim. I think Orlando's they have good potential with Oladipo, Vucevic, and Tobias Harris. However, Orlando has about 5 guys that do the same thing. They got Kyle O'Quinn, he's a power forward. Andrew Nicholson, who's a power forward. Vucevic, like I said, there's one more guy. It's somebody. Who's the dude? It's another forward, obviously. Oh, Dwayne Dedman. Like, they got 4 guys that do the same thing. They're all centers and power forwards. Vucevic is the only standout because, I mean, come on, man, double-doubles. But let's see. Oh, Frankie might beat this. Oh, he beat it. Let's go, Frankie. He gets on base. Probably the weakest base hit he's had in his young minor league career. But Orlando, they got a lot of guys that do the same thing, like similar to Denver Nuggets, which is why Brian Shaw ended up getting fired. Too many guys that do the same thing. Nobody on that team is different. Like, everybody does the same thing. You have no standouts. Maybe Ty Lawson probably, and although a lot of people aren't as high as they once were, I still think Danilo Gallinari's. I still think he's a unique player, being that he can play the 3 and the 4. And he can shoot the ball very well. And I just got caught leaning. Oh, man. I got caught leaning again, but this time the tag was off, and I'm not going this time. I'm going to hold it. I'm going to wait here and see what happens. Here's the first pitch. That's a strike down low. But eventually in the NBA, man, you can't have a team full of guys that do the same thing. Honestly, I think Minnesota... the Minnesota Timberwolves, I think they're going to draft Jahlil Okafor anyway, man. Even though honestly, even though he said he doesn't want to be drafted, I think they're going to draft him anyway. But at the same time, I think they're going to trade him. I think Minnesota's going to draft him, but they're going to trade him to the Lakers. However, I think if they could keep him, if they could find a way to convince him that, okay, you don't want to be here, but you should be here, I feel like Minnesota have a pretty good, they have a pretty good young core. With that's my 18th steal of the season with Frankie Dawson right there. I think with Jahlil Okafor, Andrew Wiggins, and Ricky Rubio, they would have a pretty good young core in Minnesota. Something to definitely build on. Wiggins won Rookie of the Year. Rubio, if Ricky Rubio can avoid an injury for once, I think they'd be a pretty good team. So hopefully that can what in the world was that? Oh, he chopped it foul. I thought he chopped it right to the catcher. I was like, man, how you just gonna let him get you out like that?
3-2 our score in inning number 7.
So I think the T-Wolves, they would have a pretty good young core if they could find a way to get to convince Okafor to stay. And then I think he would benefit too working under KG, maybe not under, but working with KG, a guy that's been around the league. KG been in the league almost 20 years now. It's crazy that is to believe. I think that would be a good pickup for Minnesota to get Okafor, have him sort of learn some things from Kevin Garnett. Then you had a young core of Wiggins and Rubio. Flip Saunders, Flip Saunders, he's been in the coaching game quite a while, man. He was coaching Minnesota when KG was there. But honestly, man, I just think Flip Saunders, he takes on a lot of responsibility with the team. He's the general manager, he's the head coach, and all of that. Which honestly, at the same time, isn't bad because at least you have one consistent thing. Like, you don't have a lot of infighting, like say the Bulls had with Paxson and Foreman and Thibodeau. 3-2 pitch. That's foul back. With Minnesota, they got Flip Saunders. They got one guy. He's the general manager. He's the head coach. It's one vision. You got one vision that you can follow. It's just, at the same time, you get a little overworked when you're the general manager and the head coach. And that's a pitch in the dirt, and the runner strikes out. And I have to retreat to second. But you get a little overworked when you're doing general manager, you're the head coach. However, you're a little bit more hands-on because you're right there with the players. But you get overworked, and I think maybe that can cause that can be a bad thing. But maybe some people like that. Maybe Phil Saunders likes being overworked. I don't know. Or maybe he doesn't feel he's being overworked. Maybe he can handle it. Mike Compton popped that right there. I can't even see the ball. Okay, there it is. And I'm going to be stuck here at second base. Looks like I might get stranded here. As the hope now turns to Johnny Overton. He's 0 for 3 today with a home run and 18 RBIs.
That's the kind of at-bat that'll stick with you.
But yeah, Minnesota, I think they have it good having one guy in mind. But I think if they can build on the young core, they'll be okay. I don't think I'm talking about a lot of the teams. A lot of people consider weaker in the NBA, but that doesn't mean I think these teams are going to make championship runs in the next 5-10 years. I think Minnesota hasn't been. They have the longest postseason drought. Haven't been in the playoffs in 11 years. So maybe they can get back. I think maybe they're a few years away from a playoff run. I thought they were going to make it. They were going to make it last year, but that didn't happen. So hopefully they can make it back soon if they can get Jahlil Okafor. Maybe the Lakers can start rebuilding. And I think getting Jahlil Okafor would be the biggest thing for the Lakers as far as rebuilding. And I know the Lakers, the Heat, all types of teams are about to make a run. Jimmy Butler. And rightfully so, Jimmy Butler should tax the Bulls. He should heavily tax the Bulls for not paying him. Because he should have been paid before the season began. But I feel like the Bulls will get it done. Because he wants to stay. We want him to stay. I think maybe he just wanted less minutes, like maybe less minutes or something like that, and less minutes, more money, pretty much. Jimmy Butler. And honestly, the dude deserves it, man. The dude I think he was leading the league in minutes. He led the league in minutes this year. He deserves a new contract, honestly. Only problem, typical with all Chicago teams, we don't want to pay anybody except for the Cubs and maybe the White Sox. But like all the Chicago teams, we don't pay anybody. The 2-1, that's outside for 3-2. So yeah, Jimmy Butler, he rightfully should tax the Bulls. Bulls also need another backup point guard because Aaron Brooks is out. He's definitely leaving. Kirk Heinrich, I think his contract is up too. Mike Dunleavy's contract is up. We got Gasol for at least one more year. Try to get Gasol to finish his career as a Bull. But I think for that to happen, we got to win the title as they're on our stripes.
So no runs on a hit here, no errors, one man left on. We'll move on now to the bottom half of the seventh.
I'm playing baseball, playing NBA 2K, man, but I can't wait for football season. I think last year I didn't buy Madden. That was the first year. That was the first year in maybe like, man, I can't even keep. That may have been the first time since like Madden '96 I didn't get Madden. I'm actually not even that because I had Madden '96 on Sega. But like, that was the first year I didn't get Madden since like '95 or something like that. It's like, man, I just wasn't in it for Madden. Madden. What happened to me with Madden was I remember the rumor that ESPN 2K was coming back. I got excited by that, and then when I heard EA Sports, the dude from EA, the developer, I can't remember his name. I'm not even gonna try to act like I remember. I can't remember his name. I want to say Peter Moore, but I don't know if that's correct, and I don't want to be incorrect. So. But anyway, he made the comment, the developer from EA, he was talking about 2K, he was talking about come at me, bro, and all of that. And it was like, okay, I was like, oh, okay, man. Like, I got excited for that, and I was like, man, so 2K just might be coming back. But then I found out EA still owns the exclusive license. So you would pretty much just join because you knew they couldn't do anything about it. Like, you know, that's like, to me, that's like going into a prison and threatening one of the dudes in the cell because you know he can't touch you. Like, it's like, come on, man. Okay, how am I supposed to respect that? I can't respect that. If you go in there, like you go into it's like you go into a prison, you talk all kinds of trash to a dude, get him riled up, make him want to hurt you, but because he's in the cell and you know he can't touch you, that's the only reason you did that. Because I bet if that dude was loose, you wouldn't say that to that dude. That's kind of how I felt about EA Sports talking about 2K. It was like, okay, you throw something in their cage, you rattle their cage, and you get them to want to come at you, but you know they can't come at you because they're in a cage because you own the exclusive license. Like if the license was open, then hey, I would have been all for it. But I lost a lot of respect for EA. For EA and Madden last year with that. I'm going to get it again this year because there's no football game on the market. In a world without football gaming is not a world that I want to live in anymore, man. But yeah, and then I was also going to get NHL, and I thought NHL 15 could have been probably the one of the best sports games of the generation. Yes, generation. Definitely could have been sports game of the year last year if they would have had all the modes in it, and I ended up not getting that. And we get a walk here. But yeah, if NHL can they can get all the modes back in, which it sounds like they are doing. I've been on Operation Sports watching the little reports and the Q&As and everything. It looks like NHL is gonna have all the modes, so that'll be fun. I really like, honestly, man, I don't really watch hockey like that, but it's fun to play and it makes me want to watch the sport. And like, speaking of hockey, the Blackhawks, my Blackhawks squad, Chicago, won game one last night against the Tampa Bay Lightning. I almost said Rays, so caught up in baseball right now. Against the Tampa Bay Lightning, they won game one. 2 goals in within 2 minutes to win the opener. And I think, well, let's make some championship predictions now. Cavs in 6. I got Cavs in 6 against the Warriors. Blackhawks won game one last night. Stanley Cup, they do the 2-2-1-1. I think the Blackhawks are winning at home because we've yet to win the Stanley Cup at home as Birmingham wins again. I'll try to get one more game here real quick. We've yet to win the cup at home. I think the Blackhawks I take either a sweep or they win in 6 because I don't see the Blackhawks winning another cup in Tampa Bay. I think the Blackhawks are going to win the cup at home this year. They'll probably win it in 4 or 6 games. Notice I skipped 5. I just think Tampa Bay is they won't allow them to win the series in Tampa Bay. I think, however, Tampa Bay might win game 2. Blackhawks will take the 2 in Chicago, and then Tampa Bay will win game 5. I think Cleveland wins game 1 tonight, honestly. The Warriors have nobody on the Warriors has finals experience. Steve Kerr is the only one, and he's the coach, so that should tell you that. No players on the Warriors have NBA finals experience, so I expect the Cavs to take game 1 tonight. I think Golden State wins game 2. I don't think they'll win in Cleveland. I know the Bulls beat them. They won in Cleveland, but I don't think Golden State. You know what? Maybe Golden State could take one in Cleveland. Maybe they'll win Game 3. But then that would mean Cleveland win a pivotal 5th game. I just feel like Cleveland, because Golden State, they've been invincible at home. They haven't lost at home yet. I think that's a big thing going into game 1 tonight. There's gonna be a big storyline. Don't be shocked if you hear Mike Breen, Jeff Van Gundy, and Mark Jackson talking about that all night. How Golden State haven't lost, the Warriors haven't lost a game at home. How they haven't lost a game at home in the playoffs yet. But I just feel like Cleveland was gonna win game 1 tonight, and then maybe Golden State wins game 2 and game 5, and then Cleveland win it in 6. So yeah, and also don't be shocked, man. Don't be surprised if Golden State sets all kinds of NBA Finals 3-point shooting records this year as well with that team they got. Frankie first pitch swinging, sits it right to left field. And I would really like for Stephen Curry, man. I was watching PTI today, pardon the interruption on ESPN. They were talking about Stephen Curry probably surpassing LeBron as the face of the league if the Warriors win the title. And you know what? I don't think that's too much of a stretch. I think that could really happen. Steph Curry's already he's pretty popular, man. You saw he won, he led the league in All-Star voting this year. And if there's any ultimate popularity contest in the NBA, it's definitely All-Star voting. Because that's all All-Star voting is in the NBA, is popularity contest. That's why Kobe keeps getting voted into the All-Star game. Even in a few years ago, I remember he told people not to vote for him. And he got voted in for that anyway because of his popularity. LeBron got surpassed by Steph Curry this year, so once again, it's a popularity contest. That's why Yao Ming kept going to the All-Star game all those years. Even years when he played like maybe 5 games, he got voted in. So, you know, that's the ultimate popularity contest. So if you pretty much, that's some advice. If you want to find out who the most popular player in the NBA is, just look at the All-Star vote. And I think Steph Curry was he's definitely the most popular guy in the league now. So I think maybe if the Warriors can dethrone the Cavaliers, if they well, not dethrone because the Cavaliers are the champs, but if they could beat the Cavaliers, I think Steph Curry will dethrone LeBron as the face of the NBA. Honestly, I mean, dude, and I don't like to reach often, but I think he is the best shooter in league history, man. This dude is unbelievable. Like, the dude, he just unbelievable confidence in his shot. Like, he shoots the ball and just walks to the other end of the court. A lot of times, you know, like, I used to play basketball myself. Usually when you shoot, you watch to see what happens. This dude shoots and walks away and knows that it's going in. Like, that's just great skill and confidence. It could be cockiness, who knows? But I think it's just confidence in his ability. And I really like Steph Curry. I like Steph Curry back when he was at Davidson. When he was on that, he took Davidson in that run to the Elite 8 in 2008.
Yeah, after that last
so yeah, I think he could dethrone LeBron at the face of the league. LeBron's the best player in the world right now, but Stephen Curry, this could be like a Jordan Magic type situation. Magic was the man, like Jordan was the phenomenon in the league back in the late 80s, early 90s. Magic was kind of like the face of the league, and the Bulls beat the Lakers, and Michael Jordan became the face of the league through the 90s. He was the face of the league through the 90s. I think Steph Curry's kind of in that position. He's in that position. He's in the modern day version of that position, taking on the guy that's the face of the league. And he's the new phenomenon, and now he's trying to dethrone the top guy in the league. And if he can win the championship over him, he will dethrone him as the face of the league. I saw something today, man, on my Twitter. I saw something on Twitter. By the way, follow me on Twitter, at KingRouse21. And subscribe to me on YouTube at King Rouse. But anyway, I was on Twitter today, and I got time. I'll get one more game in. But anyway, I was on Twitter today, and I saw an article, some reporter, I forgot his name. Like, I'm very forgetful these days. I usually remember a lot of things. I'm very forgetful nowadays. But I saw something, and he put an article, he talked to a bunch of 4th graders about Michael Jordan. Yeah, thanks, man. Thank you. But I saw an article today. Some dude, he was talking to a bunch of 4th graders about Michael Jordan, and it kind of hurt my heart a little bit, man. He was talking to Michael Jordan. He talked to him about Michael Jordan, and they was like, "Who was Michael Jordan?" I was like, "What?" Like, and like, so, I think one of the kids said the only way they knew, they was like, "Oh, you mean the guy that makes the Jordans?" It's like, man, kind of hurt my heart a little bit, but that's to be expected though, man. It's a generational gap. Just like I'm sure when I was a kid, somebody mentioned something, like just for example, somebody probably said something about Oscar Robertson, and I probably was like, "Who was Oscar Robertson?" You know, something like that. So, it's a generational thing, man. That's to be expected. And like, I think the dude said the best way he explained who Michael Jordan was, not only was he the guy on the logo of the Jordans, but he was like the crying meme dude, because everybody makes that meme of Michael Jordan with the tears from the Hall of Fame ceremony, and then they was like, "Oh, that guy!" Like, man, it was like, man, dude. Kids don't know about Michael Jordan, man. The best player ever, man. But you know, that's subjective though. I think he's the best player. And yeah, thank you, comebacker 40826. Thank you for commenting, man. Feel free to comment anytime you have something to say. So I thank you for watching the video, man. I know this is running kind of long, man. It's about 40 minutes, but I was trying to get as many games as I could within an hour, so I can go watch game 1 of the finals tonight. And that's a ball outside. One ball, no strikes to Frankie Dawson. So yeah, there we go. But man, it hurt my heart, man. Like, they didn't tear it out or nothing like that, but it was just like, man, I know I'm old now, man. I'm only 24. It's like, man, I know I'm getting old when people don't even know, when kids now don't even know who Michael Jordan is. And all they know for is the shoes and memes, man. But that's to be expected, man. A generational gap. When I was younger, I'm sure, like I said, I'm sure it's legends that I didn't know who they were, and things would go over my head about probably great figures of the past and everything. So I mean, that's to be expected. It just shows that life is always evolving, man. It's always changing. The most important thing, the most popular thing in life when you're a kid may not be the most popular thing in somebody else's generation. So that's to be expected. But anyway, Frankie's standing out here at second, 1-0, 2 strikes. I mean 2 outs. What am I talking about? 2 outs. I believe that's Mike Compton at the plate. And no, that's Andy Wilkins. Compton and Wilkins look alike. Wilkins is 38, number 38, Compton's 25, so I couldn't see the number. I'm obviously in a no steal position, otherwise I'd steal second. I steal third. So yeah, man, check us out here at Life of Ralph Sports Gaming. We got a lot of gaming, we got a lot of videos, a lot of streams. That's one thing we try to focus on, man. We like doing the streams. We try to talk and commentate over our games. Just talk to the people, man. It's fun. Oh man, woo, that was a terrible swing. As he goes down on strikes to end that first inning. So my 2-out double goes for naught, as Matt Vasgersian would say. Frankie Dawson still hitting 282, even though I've had some pretty suspect performances at the plate. Runners in scoring position, 2 away. Frankie. And that's a sweeping curveball, 1 ball, no strikes to Frankie Dawson. Man, I'm so ready for football season, man. I've been on YouTube watching all kinds of old games and old highlight videos and watching NFL. I think I spent all last weekend watching NFL Network. Just I miss football so much. As Frankie hits one down the right field line, that's going back to that concert. They have a concert every day, man, at these Biloxi Shuckers games, man. Another game. Another game, another concert. Frankie hit that one kind of hard. That might not leave. That might stay in the park. And it did. So we strain the 2 runners at second and third to end the second inning. So consecutive innings, runners in scoring position. And Frankie Dawson and the Birmingham Barons can't quite get it done. Frankie Dawson back up again, first and second, 1 away. By the way, man, if you've been checking, I don't know if you guys have been checking out my NBA 2K15 playoffs on Twitch at King Ross 21. I'm moving them to Ustream now because hold on, we got a ground ball to second. I think I can beat this out, though. Yeah, I'm gonna beat the throw. But I've been streaming them on Twitch. I moved them to Ustream because whenever I do them on Twitch, I don't know what it is when I broadcast anything on Twitch. Like the video it's always pixelated, and it's like and I know that can be strange for people to watch, because that annoys me, because a lot of times it'll cut the video, it'll cut the stream altogether off, and it'll just be audio, and that pissed me off in one game I had in my Eastern Conference Finals between the Bulls and Cavaliers, a game that went to overtime, and LeBron hit a game-winning 3, and nobody could see it. Nobody saw it, and then I thought that was probably the best game I had in the whole playoffs. The best game I had in the playoffs, nobody saw it. So I'm moving my NBA 2K15 Finals to Ustream, but you can catch them on my YouTube, King Rouse. I'm always put myself on YouTube because that's the best player. I figure because every streaming platform, they only give you like 30 days, and instead of putting all that stuff on my laptop and using my memory and putting it on my hard drive where I keep all my music and stuff, I really just put it on YouTube. And then if anybody wants to see it, they can go back. They can watch it anytime they feel. So yeah, feel free to check that out as we get one. I'm scoring on that. 2 runs are going to score on this double from Andy Wilkins, who barely got in there. That was a bad throw. So yeah, if you want to check out our NBA 2K15 playoffs, check me out on YouTube, King Rouse. I have like a number of playlists. I have the series in the playlist, and then I have a playlist where it's like the entire playoffs with the most recent game being at the top. So check that out. I have a lot of games though. I warn you, I have a lot of games where like I said, the video is cut and it's just audio, unfortunately, and that happened in a lot of games where you really kind of need the video, because Steph Curry, I had one game, Steph Curry had went on a 15-0 run by himself against Dallas in the first round, and you couldn't even see it. The game to sweep Dallas. Then, like I said, the epic overtime game between the Bulls and Cavs, that ended up being missed. And Frankie gets a hold of one, that's right to the left field. So yeah, from now on I'm going to be broadcasting my games on my NBA 2K15 playoffs, finals, NBA 2K16 season, where I do Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. I'll be doing that on Ustream for now. I'm going for the Warriors, but I hope the Warriors win because I like Steph Curry, man. But in all honesty, man, I think Cleveland's winning, man. I think Cleveland is 6.
Frankie,
I think Cleveland first is gonna take game 1 tonight, because Golden State, they're without they don't have any finals experience. And yes, I know they're undefeated at home in the playoffs, but typically that's how these things work out in the NBA playoffs. Oh, get down! That's typically how these things work in the NBA playoffs, NBA finals. The team that takes the first game, like the team that's like undefeated coming in, like they're undefeated at home, they come in and they lose the first game. Cleveland, I think, has there's more pressure on the Warriors to me than there is on Cleveland. And I think Cleveland's winning in 6, but I think Golden State, I would like Golden State to win, but Cleveland is 6, like I said, man. Maybe 7, I don't know. But yeah, there you go, man.
Ready now on 1-1.
And man, and honestly, I don't know if you heard me when I was talking about how I think for Steph Curry, this could be like his Jordan Magic series, about him replacing LeBron as the face of the league. As that gets in there fair, that's a triple. That's a double. Let me get it there. How I think like Stephen Curry, he's on the verge of probably passing LeBron of being the face of the league. If you think about it, the ultimate popularity contest in the NBA is the All-Star voting. Who won the All-Star voting this year? Steph Curry. He dethroned LeBron. LeBron's won All-Star voting like every year for almost 10 years, maybe. I could be exaggerating. I could be off. But LeBron usually wins All-Star voting. Steph Curry passed him, and it's kind of like Jordan and Magic to me. Magic was the man in the 80s. He had 5 rings and all of that, and Jordan was the phenomenon. Jordan beat Magic to win his first title, and here's Steph Curry now. He's the new phenomenon. LeBron's the face of the league, and he's facing LeBron in the finals. I think if he can beat LeBron, he's the face of the league. No doubt in my mind. Like I think that's just my opinion. I'm not. Because a lot of people, man, you be on Twitter and stuff, you say something, they take it, oh, man, you say that's fact, man, you think that's fact? No, this is my opinion, that's just what I think. Yeah, who you got in the finals, man? Comebacker, who you got? You got the Warriors or the Cavs, man? Because honestly, man, I would love to see the Warriors win it, man, just to dethrone LeBron. because I already know, man, if LeBron in this title, if the Cavs win the title, I mean, that pretty much takes away the he needed to win with. He needed other all-stars to win the title. That takes that argument completely away. He wins with a younger team where he's kind of the veteran. If you want to be real, I think matter of fact, he is the veteran. He's the oldest guy on the team. Like as far as years in the league goes, maybe except for Sean Marion. But yeah, LeBron is the
another 2-2 offering.
As far as years in the league, I think only Sean Marion is older than him on that Cleveland team. Because Sean Marion was in the league like 99 on the Phoenix. Man, it's hard to believe he's been in the league that long. So Sean Marion, if you want to be honest, man, Sean Marion was originally. Yeah, okay, that's cool. But Sean Marion, dude, been in the league about 14 years now, 15. I'm terrible at math. 16 years, whatever. Yeah, like it's crazy because he kind of just been a perennial role player the past few years after being like a perennial all-star in his first few years. But I mean, you know what they say though, Father Time is undefeated. So it is what it is for Sean Marion, man. I think he's had a pretty good career.
Second and third here.
I don't know, man. The question about I've been hearing the question like, is he a Hall of Famer? Okay, Warriors in 7. Yeah, I hope so, man. But realistically, Cavs in 6, in my opinion. Cavs in 6 or 7.
He's going to try to handle this one himself.
Man, but he's emailing me. Okay, man. But Sean Marion.
Here's the 1-1 pitch.
Yeah, man, that dude.
Fouled straight back.
I don't know about him being a Hall of Famer, but you know what they say, man. They say if somebody, I forgot who said it. I hear a lot of things and forget who said it. Somebody once said, man, if you got to think about if a guy's a Hall of Famer, then most likely he's not a Hall of Famer.
And that's swung on and
so Sean Marion, I feel if you go by that, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he's definitely a pretty good player. Definitely was a good player at one point in his career. But the NBA Hall of Fame, man, it's a little bit they're a little more liberal. They're a little bit more liberal than the like say the baseball Hall of Fame, where like only the most elite of the elite get in the Hall of Fame, and then you need like 70%, 75% of the committee has to vote for you to be in the Hall of Fame. Get through there. Oh, I'm scoring on that. I'm going home. And that'll put us up 6-3. Definite insurance run, and that'll probably be it for this ball game. Man, yeah, we pushing an hour, so I'm probably gonna cut this stream in a minute because I would think that I'm not coming to play anymore today. Richard Dwyer will come in here. Yep, and we hold on to win it 6-3. 6-3 Birmingham. We beat the Biloxi Shuckers. He's 2 for 5, 2 doubles in the ball game. Is Frankie Dawson. As Birmingham gets the W, and Frankie gets the top player of the game. I spend more time talking about everything else than I do talking about the game, but I mean, whatever, man. If I want to do play-by-play, I'll just play with the full teams or whatever. But yeah, the Birmingham Barons, they get the win. Frankie Dawson, 2 hits, 2 doubles. And that's pretty much a wrap for this episode of the Baseball Life Frankie Dawson. I think this is stream like number 13 or something. I keep forgetting the numbers, man. I need to remember the numbers. So yeah, but I think it's 13 or whatever. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'm your host, King Rouse. King Rouse 21. Catch me on YouTube, King Rouse. Check me out individually on Twitch at King Rouse 21. Follow me on Twitter at King Rouse 21. All of that. All of that, like it's nothing. Check us out on YouTube at Life of Rouse Sports Gaming Network. Everything we do here is archived on YouTube at Life of Rouse Sports Gaming Network. Follow us here at Life of Rouse Sports Gaming. If you're gonna watch Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight, because that's where I'm about to go. I'm about to get ready to set up to watch Game 1 of the NBA Finals tonight. Hopefully the Warriors can pull it out, but like I said, I think the Cavs are gonna take it. Hopefully your team wins. Let's just say that. Hopefully your team wins. for all the viewers out there. I'm gonna allocate these training points too, by the way, and work on my discipline, my batting clearance. So yeah, hopefully the team you want to win should win. For everybody out there, hopefully the Blackhawks win the Stanley Cup, and I don't care who you root for. If you're not rooting for the Blackhawks, you're wrong. No, I'm playing, man. But hopefully the Blackhawks can win the Stanley Cup as well. And yeah. So yeah, just feel free to check us out. I'm sure Big Dope might be on tonight doing his version of the Road to the World Series with the Chicago Cubs. I know he's playing the Arizona Diamondbacks. So yeah, check out Road to the World Series. Check out our Baseball Life characters. Check out another episode of A Baseball Life, Frankie Dawson. Check me out on YouTube if you want to continue watching my NBA 2K15 playoffs. Because I'm in the finals. I got Warriors and Cavs in my finals as well. As odd as that is. However, I got it with the Cavs at home court advantage. But yeah, man. But signing off for Life of Raw Sports Gaming, I'm King Rouse, man. Have a good one, guys. And I'm almost saved it again, man. I need to log out. All right, finally have a good one, guys. I'm about to stop it.